Hello, Serious Crew. This is Not So Busy, your podcast producer and Serious Gentleman podcaster. Team Serious would like to announce Serious Property Solutions, a proud sponsor of Team Serious. Serious Property Solutions, or SPS, will buy any house, any condition, any situation. So if you're looking into getting out of your mortgage or simply selling your house quick and you are near or around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, give them a call at area code 469-609-7368, or you can reach out to them via their Facebook page at facebook.com/Serious Property Solutions and send them a message via FB Messenger or email them at oscar@seriouspropertysolutions.com. We would like to thank SPS for their support and supporting this podcast. Thank you so much. Go check them out. What's going on? What's going on, serious ladies, serious gents? What happened here? A collab in the works.
You must have, ladies, grown some beards. COVID has done something to my ladies.
Yeah, there's bleaching kits and razors and stuff for that. Just FYI.
Wait, razors and what again? Let me write this down.
I mean, we know it's No Shave November, ladies, but this is taking it too far.
Yeah, this is No Shave November so far. What do you think? Working? No? Maybe? Trim it? Okay.
I mean, Shook's No Shave November is a little cleaner.
Thanks.
He's like, I cleaned it.
I'll remember that.
As usual, as tradition always has it. What is everyone drinking? Please don't tell me you're dehydrating because we about to have issues.
I have Body Armor Light and sugar-free Powerade. I
Not
double
sponsored.
drinking. Yeah, not sponsored. Never sponsored. Please sponsor.
Groovy didn't want to bring out the monster, and she did. Not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored. I needed the
Shooky has-
caffeine.
Shuki has the cup from 1988.
It's my water, man.
And I am drinking a pecan porter from 512 Brewing Company here in Austin, Texas. Not sponsored, but taking applications. Okay, thanks.
I didn't see no pinky.
Not because I wasn't drinking it.
All right, do it again. Rewind.
Do it again. Right? Let's get some announcements out the way. First of all and foremost, every single lady on this podcast is from Team Serious, and every single lady from here is from the Serious Ladies. Every single gent on here is from Team Serious, and every single gent from here are part of the Serious Gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Also, let's get some tournaments out the way. Some direct salt. If you're feeling low on sodium this weekend, you kind of look up and say, I could use some salt in my life. We're right. Stay tuned because we have right at here. We have a bunch of salt laying around with Rainbow Six Siege starting off this Friday 5v5 tournament with our favorite group coming back, BSU, representing, holding that Gold Cup, trying to defend what they won last tournament. So stay tuned. Anything and everything ever said on this podcast, you can find at teamseriesdfw.com. ! Tourneys in the chat or ! Battlefy in the chat will get you to our current and active tournaments. teamseriesdfw.com/tournaments. You can find everything there. Sign up form, pay fees, one-stop shop. That's how we like to do it here at Team Series. I also want to make sure that you understand that there is an entry fee for this tournament, but there is also a nice little price pool set by the CEO. Nonetheless, Shook runs this whole operation. I'm just here. I'm just the technology officer. I don't know anything of that stuff that he's doing, but I make the automation happen. With that being said, we're going to take a 2-week break with the Serious Ladies. They need a break. They've been hustling. They've been working. They've been making you laugh and making you cry and making you pick up more drinks and keeping you thirsty as hell. But they need a break too. So we'll be back with the Serious Ladies on Wednesday, December 4th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So stay tuned for that podcast as they return with even more laughter after the holidays, with even more relaxation and maybe even more tears. Who knows? COVID is still going around. It's still on the loose. Serious Gentlemen, again, will take another break as well. Want to go ahead and get that announced. Serious Gentlemen will be back on Sunday, December 6th at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And you might just go over there and listen to our tech talk, or maybe bored, or maybe take a nap. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Anything and any update you ever want to get into the Discord, Discord in the chat, or teamseriesdfw.com/Discord. Join the Discord, get involved, get active, get some salt in your lives, or come hang out with me if you just want to do some chill back gaming, because I like killing a lot of zombies, and that's like what I'm known for. Aside from that, we're going to get the first topic out the way with these awesome ladies and this awesome gents in this podcast. Nice little collab, nice little refreshment, nice little refresh air to get the conversation started about one of my favorite days, the Turkey Day, or Thanksgiving in the United States. So right off the bat, I need to hear, and I'll start off with Groovy, then go over to Shook, and then end up at Rage, because she gets a lot of rage. I want to know, what are you most thankful for this year, or any given year, or if you have a topic that you'd like to always be thankful for. Go ahead and say your thoughts.
I'm thankful for my job. I'm thankful for my kids, my husband. I'm thankful that my mom is still alive. Back in July and June, we had some very serious times. It's still kind of touch and go periodically. I don't bring it up all the time just because it's one of those things. It's an ongoing thing. But I'm grateful that she's still around, still fighting. She'd be up in trees climbing if she could. So we just got to watch this woman like hawk. But I'm very grateful for all that. I'm grateful that, that I still have a job and that my husband has a job, because a lot of people, unfortunately, business owners and everything, it's been a rough year for a lot of people. So I'm very thankful to have what I have.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Groovy.
Yes, good.
I want to say I'm grateful for, just like you mentioned, businesses have been struggling because of COVID. But I want to say, even though there's bad times for a lot of people, especially homeowners out there who are struggling, losing their jobs, and unfortunately some people, passing away because of COVID. Me and Faye, we believe in what we do a lot. So we've been helping a lot of homeowners out there who may be struggling to keep their house, and they don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. And they might be going into pre-foreclosure, or they're backed up on their payments, or whatever it may be. We're sitting there, we're helping them out, and we're trying to get them out of their situation. So I'm thankful that we can be actually making a difference in the business what we do. And because of that, just maybe 2-3 weeks ago, we've been getting nothing but crazy amount of leads coming in our business, with people asking for some sort of resolution to their problem. So although everybody here is great and everything, there's a lot of people out there not doing so good with their situations and their homes. So we're able to provide a little bit of light in their life and get them out of their situation. So we are super grateful that we're able to do what we do. We just helped a family out in Springfield, Missouri, and that's not even here in Dallas. So we're now nationwide as well. So we're trying to help out people anywhere that they can. So we're just grateful we're here, guys. And all that is Serious Property Solutions making a difference in everybody's lives. So that's what we're thankful for. And we're going to keep on keeping on to make sure that we get anybody who's out there, no man nor woman left behind. That's what we say. So we're here for everybody.
I want to make sure it's my turn. I'm grateful that I have people to point me in the right direction. I'm grateful my kids are healthy. I'm grateful my husband's healthy and that he has a good job, that he was able to follow his dreams and get the job that he wanted. I'm just grateful I have sanity left. Being a mother of four remote learners, at that, it takes a lot of patience that wears thin some days, as two of you know. It's not easy some days. Today was a little testing. And I'm also grateful that even though we have COVID, it has touched home to some of our families a little closer than we'd like to. But we get through it with family and friends, and the holidays will definitely be different this year. So with family and friends, we can get through it. We can learn new traditions. We can hopefully have some of our old traditions as well. I'm just grateful that we are here and healthy as of right now.
Groovy, Shook, and Sage Race, thank you so much for sharing. I'm thankful for everybody on this panel. I'm thankful for Team Serious as an organization. I'm thankful for Serious Property Solutions as one of our direct sponsors for for them believing in everything we do, and we also give back. We did a nice little give back for Halloween, and we're not stopping there. So I'm thankful for my family as well. I'm thankful for us being employed as well. I'm thankful for a multitude of different things, and I feel for those people that are going through whatever they're going through, because to them it might be dramatic, it might be life changing, we're here to tell you that come hang out with us. Let us distract you from real world, even if it's just for an hour, even if it's just for 30 minutes. Come hang out with the Serious Crew. We have awesome people like Groovy Lolly and Sage Rage, and on the Gen side we have Shook, and we have Tombstone, and we have Merc, and all those fine gentlemen that can get on some games and distract you. So I'm thankful for our organization and what we do and how we voice our message over, because not everybody has a good day, not everybody has a good life. Not it doesn't cost anything to be a good person. It doesn't cost anything to say hello, and it doesn't cost to say hopefully your life is going great, because sometimes those are the life-changing factors. Somebody somebody that you acknowledge and you say hello, how are you doing, and then here come the tears, and here come the realistic things that they're going through, and then we can point them to organizations like Serious Property Solutions to help them out, and we can point into Team Series and say we like to give back to our communities. So I pride ourselves that we handle and conduct ourselves at such a high level that we don't forget about not only our struggles and what we've been through, but we also don't forget about everybody else's struggles, because you never know what anybody's going through. Maybe your comment is the last comment they needed to go across that bridge into unknown territory that we might never ever see them again. But maybe your hello, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Might be that awakening where it says, thank you for reaching out. Like, I was thinking about doing these kind of things, and now I'm rethinking my whole life. So I'm thankful for everybody on this panel, and I'm thankful for everybody in general, and including our friends over at United Vindication. Major love, major shout out with everything they got going on and everything they do, because they basically represent the same thing: family, community first before anything else. So thank you, everybody. So the next topic, to kind of make it a little bit more light leveled here, lightheaded. What brings you happiness? And I'll start this time with Sage Rage, and then I'll go down to Shook, and then I'll go to Groovy Lolly. But what brings you happiness, especially now through Thanksgiving? Like, what is it that makes you happy about this season?
So growing up, a lot of it was just getting together with family. We'd have those laughs, those family memories, like that you would just go home and like each year you're like, remember when we did this and we laughed so freaking hard, like the sparkling ciders came out your nose. Those are what make me happy. And now having kids, I'm like, we'd all get together when we were your age and we did this. And it's not happy because now we can't do that because of COVID, and the families are spread out. But now we've made our own families with friends and with our communities. Again, COVID, screw COVID. But we're able to start our own things and with our own kids and show them, this is how we make this. This is, you get to explain the traditions to them. You get to kind of build those own things with your kids. And that makes me happy. Now, when you have picky eaters, it's not so fun. They're like, I don't want turkey. Excuse me. It's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. We're going to eat the dang yard bird, and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to eat the stuffing. You're going to eat the deviled eggs. You're going to eat all the crap that I freaking made, and you're going to eat it with a happy face. And that's going to make mama happy. That's going to make me so happy. Yes. But no, it's actually just showing them, these are what we do. This is as a family. Just those days where you don't have to worry about work. You don't have to worry about, what do we have to stress about? It's just kind of letting those normal daily stresses stress and go away and enjoying the time and the moment. And yes, as an adult, you still have to stress about, when's the turkey coming out? Do we get it on time? But it's just letting the kids be kids and us be us and the families and enjoying what we have in that moment.
Oh man, how do I follow up that, Sage? That's a good one. Well, I guess what makes me happy is seeing Sage happy. Okay, I'm done, guys. Thanks. No, really, I think for me, what really makes me happy is hearing stories like what I just heard right now from Sage and her family, and hearing a bunch of people's backgrounds and traditions and what types of things that they do. For example, I had a couple of people come up to me, same people that I've been helping out in Serious Property Solutions with real estate. I mean, you hear different kinds of stories, and what really makes me happy is being able to solve their problems, because at the end of the day, I'm changing lives. You know, we're doing our best to do something different, to be meaningful. And so for me, what makes me happy now is to serve people. It's not to serve myself, or a way I guess you can think about it is I look at life with a different perspective now, because if you asked me maybe 10 years ago, when I was in my younger 20s, I would have said right after maybe college or something like that, I would have said, what can the world offer me? And now I look at things differently. I shifted my perspective, and now I say, what can I offer the world, instead of asking the other way around. And so that made me really kind of think it from a different perspective. And now I'm thinking, what can I do to change people's lives? What can I do to change the world? What kind of legacy can I leave behind? What kind of purpose? What am I here to do? And I know there's just so much more that I can do. And that's what kind of makes me happy. That's what drives me. And just being able to make a difference in people's lives. Short answer. There you have it.
What were we talking about again? Well, like previous traditions compared to now, my family has always been kind of loosey-goosey for the most part. And by loosey-goosey, I mean we just kind of did what we felt like. Sometimes we'd get together with family. Sometimes we wouldn't. We usually ate turkey every year. But now that I've grown up, I don't always eat turkey every year. I'm not a big turkey person. Don't give that look. I'm not into turkey. It's not my thing. But I will eat it. But I have to have the gravy and the stuffing and the other stuff. Otherwise, I'm not going to touch it. I'm more of a ham person. So that's more my thing. But at Thanksgiving, I will cook a mean turkey.
The podcast is
I'll wake up
over,
at
y'all.
5.
We're gonna go. I don't need
I
this.
do my due diligence.
It's not
Just
even
kidding.
Thanksgiving, dude.
I still
you went
do
straight
it.
to Christmas.
Hey, I do what I want, okay? Last year we had Mexican food, okay?
Okay.
I do what I want.
Do you know that whole stage rage? The rage is about to come out.
I do
I'm
what
just
I want. Come at me. Come on over. We'll have Thanksgiving together.
You ain't gonna get the Thanksgiving till I'm done raging at you, and it's not gonna be pretty. Your kids might have to go hide.
It's
and
okay. They
I'll
like
have to
hide and
coax
seek.
them out.
No, but usually what we do like to do, we start putting up Christmas lights, things like that. We always put Christmas lights up or the tree up on Thanksgiving evening. That's usually what our tradition is. I've done that since I was a kid, and that weekend afterward, me, my dad, and my sister would listen to Christmas music, annoy all the neighbors with it being on a boombox out in the driveway while we put up a bunch of Christmas lights. We went like Chevy Chase vacation on that house. I don't know what to tell you, but we just like our exterior illumination. So I've started off small with a giant 6-foot Mickey Mouse and 9-foot Snoopy, but other than that, we're building on it.
That's good. Thank you for everybody for sharing everything. And me, the big thing that makes me happy is just being with those that I care about and experiencing that day with those significant people in my life. For instance, I felt, and then this might hit a little home. I've never felt more betrayed than with family, but I've never felt more family than with my friends. And I mean that 100%, because the people that will hurt you more are the closest to you. They were supposed to be blood related, but the people that acted more like family had always been people that aren't blood related. So that's what make me happy. Like the people that I surround myself with, people that are like-minded, that have the same type of goals and the same type of mindset, so that we can elevate each other and be on a different platform and be on just happy terms together. And that's what makes me happy. You can remove the turkey, remove a certain meal, and why don't we just make that every day? Why don't we make that's why when I go to my homies, we're gonna have a great time, because I haven't seen you in a while, and I'm gonna make this like Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna make this like Christmas, and I'm gonna make this like, Easter, and I'm gonna make this like, because we're gonna hang out and we're gonna have a great time. We don't have to wait for a special day to do this. The only difference is these special days, they give us time off for that, right? But any given time, you tell me, I'm there. I'll request time off, and I'll come see you, and we'll make a great memory off of it. So moving on to the next question. I know, Groovy, you mentioned kind of going like after Thanksgiving and kind of get into the Christmas mood, but just on Thanksgiving Day, what is the best part of the day for each one of you? We'll start off with Shook. What is the best part of that specific day? Like, what is it that really kind of, makes your day, or maybe to say, if this isn't here, it's not Thanksgiving, aside from the turkey, but like if it's a certain family member or if it's a certain thing you do, it isn't Thanksgiving. So we'll start off with Shook, then we'll go with Groovy, and then we'll go over to Sage Rage.
I think if the family aspect is not there, or that kind of I don't know what you call it, but that feeling of I don't know, it's just a weird feeling I get. Like if my family's there, or if I'm at my family's event and I'm having, just hanging out with them on Thanksgiving, I think if that's not there, that's what's missing for me. I don't need the turkey. I don't need the food. I mean, it's awesome. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure if I go to Sage, Sage's house, she'll probably have a big ass spread. Oh, nice. But anyway, I think for me that's it. It's a family aspect for me. Like I said, if it's not there, it doesn't feel like Thanksgiving to me.
Same. Now, it mostly just has to do with the family, and sometimes it's not necessarily like blood family. Sometimes it's just people that you really, really care about. And for me, that always entails these hoodlums around here, and then could be some of the homies. It could be my parents. It could be my cousins. Not usually, just because everybody's so spread out. Because when you grow up, sometimes it's just we all go our different paths. But it's just one of those things. Well, we always cook a lot of food on Thanksgiving. It's just one of those things. Turkey, Mexican food, whatever it is. And I'm not the only one in the kitchen on that day.
There's two things. So usually I start in the kitchen, and it's not like the start of Thanksgiving until I'm in the kitchen, like when everyone's still kind of like upstairs waking up, and I'm prepping like the turkey, and like I have to start out with like, as I'm prepping, with music. And like if y'all don't know me, I'm in the kitchen and I have music going. And that's like the start of Thanksgiving. That's when the feel of Thanksgiving hits. Like the kids are waking up, everyone's kind of like moseying around, and I get the turkey prepped. I get everything that needs to start prepping, and music's jamming, and I'm having a good time. And then like everyone's kind of getting their day going. They know the food's cooking. I forgot appetite. Yes, Suki's right. There's food everywhere. I get the appetizers out. The kid, I won't really eat lunch. The kids don't eat lunch. We have appetizers out. And then, like, yes, the full spread comes out. Then once we've eaten the whole step, because family's there. If we have family come in or friends come in, that's still family to us, because we usually do family with my husband's side on the actual Thanksgiving day. Then it's our Thanksgiving at our home, which we usually call like a Friendsgiving. And that's where our family comes in, like our friends and stuff like that. Heck five. And then they come in. We don't know if that's going to happen this year. But if it does, then that's what happens. They filter in, and that's still Thanksgiving. But the second feel of Thanksgiving, when everyone's full and we're either on the couch talking, watching TV, digesting, and just taking in the rest of the day and just being us. We're not stressed about the food, the kids. The kids are full and away, and we're just being us and hanging out.
Those are all wonderful things. To me, I'm on the same page, but to me, with the best part of the day is not only also being on the kitchen, because I've kicked both of y'all out of your own kitchen before. It's not Thanksgiving to me if my wife isn't home. And some of us, and I know Sage can relate, we've had some of those Thanksgivings we didn't have our significant others. Anybody can relate. It doesn't have to be specific due to our circumstances. But in those years and those days that I didn't have her, and these holidays would come in, that they weren't holidays to me because I couldn't have her there. My kids are going to be here and everything else, and I'm thankful when they are here, but it's not the best part of the day if I don't have my wife next to me. My kids are always following me. My kids are like glued to me. So wherever I'm at, my kids are more than likely to be there. If not, Shookie's stolen for whatever reason. They're going to go have fun or something. But aside from that, my kids are always glued to me. And if my wife isn't there, then honestly, I don't want to partake in anything because
if I steal them, they're helping me with Christmas decorations.
Can you go decorate his house, please?
I'll send my kids over. So the next question on the topic of Thanksgiving, and this is going to start with Sage because she's always in the kitchen too. And by the way, check out Savory Sundays on her channel. Anyways, what is your favorite food to eat on Thanksgiving and why? And we'll start out with Sage, we'll go to Groovy, and then we'll go to Shook, and we'll end with me. What is your favorite food to eat on Thanksgiving and why?
That face.
Because I have to pick one.
You know what? Favorite foods.
Okay,
We won't leave
I
it at
feel
one.
better.
And
I
then
feel
tell us
better.
kind of why. Like if you say, well, like this and this and this, and like tell us why you like it that way. Maybe you'll attach it back to a story like my uncle used to do this, and that's the way I've eaten it. You know, something like that.
Okay. I'll like break it down into like sections. So like appetizer wise, it's got to be like the cheese tray because like cheese and crackers. Plus it goes like wine and beer. Like you got to have the cheese tray. Plus you can grab it and cook. And then like well, deviled eggs too because like deviled eggs are on point. And like I've always been taught it's bad for you, but you toss in like a little sugar. It's really weird. Sounds weird. Don't
Beat us leader. Stop it. Beat us leader.
I'm not talking like a whole cupful. I'm talking like maybe like a teaspoon. I knew it. I should have kept my fucking mouth shut. Should have kept my mouth shut. And what's funny is I think you missed it, but I have 2 10-pound bags of sugar for my Christmas baking. I knew I should have kept my mouth shut. I just knew it.
And then
Anyway.
she says she's not a beat us leader.
I'm gonna need about half of that in my cup of coffee.
I
Can I
don't,
borrow half too, please?
I don't put any sugar in my coffee, so y'all can kiss my ass.
I don't put any sugar in my coffee. I just drink it black.
I'm just gonna give the other half to Groovy.
There you go. Anyway, and then so my dad taught me. I used to do box mashed potatoes when we first married everything. My dad taught me how to make homemade mashed potatoes, and they're garlic mashed potatoes. It's smashed garlic. It's homemade. My kids don't like potato skins. Some of them don't even like potatoes till their Nana taught them to put ketchup on them, and they're like French fries. Yeah, same face. Same face. Same face. Picky kids, can't help them. I try. Anyway, so I like to get the red potatoes when I can. They're the best. Red potatoes, boil them, mash them, add some garlic salt, a little bit of minced, yes, I'm saying it, onions, and then some smashed fresh garlic.
Talking dirty to the rest of us, okay? I'm just saying.
If you can, get fresh garlic. If you can't, then it's just garlic salt. It's fine. And then you add sour cream, which is your binder, and a little bit of milk and butter, and whip it up. And then you can add chives, or if you really want and you don't have chives, oregano, and it's perfect. So that's like my favorite side. And then of course, it's turkey, and then Groovy. If you have to and can, you can have some ham, but it has to have a glazed ham. There you go. And your dessert, someone over here likes cherry. I'm good. No, it's apple pie, but it's got to have the Dutch crumbly stuff on top with whipped cream. And that's because I'm always an apple fan. Look at me. I make apple butter and everything in between.
Apple's
Okay, done.
legit.
Yes. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
I got like 3 recipes out of that, by the way.
Were you writing this down?
Mental notes.
It's a VOD. You'll be all right.
There will
Did
be
you-
a quiz later.
Does my
Gar-
face make sense now?
Yeah, you were struggling over there. You were like, "Oh, just one."
I'll send you pictures
see
on
her sweat?
Thanksgiving.
She
Yeah,
was like SpongeBob on that thing where she was sweating. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'll send you pictures on Thanksgiving of what we make. Don't even get me started on macaroni.
Savory Sunday Thanksgiving special. Okay, thanks.
Wait till you see my Christmas candy special.
Oh shoot. All right, who's next? Is it me?
Yeah, it's you. What is
Okay.
your favorite food or foods to eat on Thanksgiving and why?
Well, my basic ass recipe for homemade mashed potatoes was just thrown out the window. So I got a new recipe, guys. I'm watching the VOD right after this for my garlic mashed potatoes. I can't beat Sage Ray, so that would be it. That's my mashed potatoes. Sorry, guys. That's all you get from me. For any recipes, follow Sage Rage, Savory Sundays. Get them all there.
Right here on this channel, by the way. Go ahead, Groovy. Oh, my brother basic ass.
See, I do mashed potatoes, but my mashed potatoes are different, and I like mine a little chunky. And
At least I'm
I
not the
like
only
to
one
know
here.
I like to know it's real potatoes. I add a little bit of mayonnaise, lots of butter, some salt, a touch of mustard. You
Did you
know,
say mayonnaise?
salt. Yes, that's my. It adds that creaminess to it. Okay, don't judge me. You can't even taste the mayonnaise unless you want to go potato salad. Then you get the big chunks, and that's a whole nother thing.
That's what sour cream is for, not mayonnaise.
Hey, don't judge me in my Hellmann's, okay? That is the one thing I will get name brand for my mashed potatoes and potato salad.
Not sponsored. We'll take an application.
Yes, thank you. So like regular mashed potatoes, and I like potatoes, so I like sweet potato casserole. That's like my dessert because when I was a kid, that could count as a vegetable, okay? When you're a kid, you don't always like the green vegetables or the green bean casserole that somebody always makes every year, but I don't eat. Still don't like it. And then there's
But you eat mayonnaise.
yes, I like mayonnaise. Don't judge
Hey,
me.
listen, I should have put the disclaimer, no judgment before every question because I see we
This-
judging hard right now, okay?
Groovy. I should never have discussions with Thanksgiving dinner and Groovy because you're bringing out my hardcore rage right now.
Okay, I eat my deviled eggs with little bits of pickles and onions and lots of paprika on the top. But name brand McCormick because that's one of those other things that you just have to have name brand for.
McCormick, come shout at us. We're willing to be sponsored.
Yes, deviled egg special coming soon. Thanks.
Please sponsor Savory Sundays.
Yes. I like the turkey. It's not my favorite, but I like to add it into my stuffing. I'll add onions, boiled eggs, and turkey, big old chunks of turkey in it, and then I'll throw gravy on top of it, and that's how I like to eat turkey. That's lots of starch. Okay, the end.
I'm on the same page as all three of you. Loaded mashed potatoes all the way. They have to be real potatoes. I like mine almost to the T to where Sage likes hers, but I like to add cheese on top with bacon, like fresh bacon. Like this year is gonna be even easier with air fryer bacon. Crumble all that up and it goes right on top. I mean, I'm on the same page. I like garlic, butter, sour cream, all that good stuff. It has to be fresh homemade mashed potatoes. The second thing that I'm known for, and you can ask Shook on this one, many years of it now, my fried turkey. My fried turkey is always been my specialty. I got it down to the science because it is a science. Pull it out, and everybody would come over my house, especially when I lived over where Shook is at now. People would wait. Hey, is Not So hosting Thanksgiving? If so, everybody's going over there, and I would literally deep fry 2 turkeys for the same thing because everybody's like traditional is cool, but to me traditional got a little kind of like average, so I wanted to kind of bring it up a notch for myself. Not saying anything's wrong with anybody that bakes their turkey, not saying anything wrong with any of that, but I got tired of doing that. So I said, well, how can I one up myself? And for 5 years straight, I have deep fried a turkey, and no, nothing. I've taken every precautions, every single safety precaution, including an extinguisher on there. But I got it down to the science where X amount of weight of a turkey with X amount of oil on a burner, X pot that we're gonna need. You can ask Shook. I've got it down.
Yeah, that
And
turkey's
everybody,
legends around. It's legend around here.
and that's what I've been known for the most part. So that was my thing. Like that was my favorite thing to do, was not only make the mashed potatoes, because that's actually Hello Jimmy's recipe. But we're on the same page. Everything has to be fresh as we can get it, because that makes the best mashed potatoes. Like even if it was herbs that go on top of it, we want to make sure if we needed to, if we couldn't get it on time, we get the fresh herb, then we get the dried herb that went on it. But if we can get it fresh, we will do it, and everybody will love our mashed potatoes. So I'm on the same page. All right. So going on to the next question, and I could give the technical term. Why do we celebrate Thanksgiving in the United States? Because I know they celebrate it in Canada as well, and maybe some other countries have certain traditions. But I kind of want to take it down a notch from that. I don't want to talk about like the technical term. I want to know why you still celebrate it. Why, you take the time to be in your kitchen and put this meal together, whether it be, some people do it for lunch, some people do it for dinner. We typically did it for lunch because of the amount of people that was cycling through. And if I needed to get, I had hot plates. You can ask Shook. Like we had everything out, like hot plates, everything was stayed, and I kept refilling. It looked almost like a buffet, right, Shook? Like I kept refilling everything and everything in between. But I'm gonna start off with Shook, even now, because he's family. But like I want to know why you continue to celebrate Thanksgiving, and why. What is Thanksgiving to you? And then I'll go over to Groovy, and then I'll go over to Sage Rage, and then I'll end up myself. But why do we continue still celebrating this, even if some people would say, that's not a real holiday to us, or it doesn't make sense why we celebrate it?
It's easy. It's tradition. We grew up around it. Many families who had the tradition growing up will pass it on to their next generation, and that's what happened with us. So for us, that's why we celebrate it. Secondly, why we keep doing it is because this is going to be Faye's first Thanksgiving. She's from the Philippines. She doesn't know anything about Thanksgiving. And yesterday or not yesterday, like 2-3 days ago, it was an experience for us to go, to the store and buy a turkey, because she's never done that before. So, that's the thing that keeps me going, is now I get to bring that tradition to her, and she brings in turn traditions from the Philippines. Like they're big on Christmas. So Christmas is her thing. If you're living in the Philippines, they start celebrating Christmas in September. So all the way out through New Year's, so it's her very first one. Every time she's been here for a while now, but every time that, Thanksgiving holidays come around, she's been a nurse forever. So she's always working those days. So this year, I'm blessed to have her here, not working that day as a nurse, and actually enjoying her very first Thanksgiving. So that's why I do it.
Was it my turn? Okay. Sorry, I was messing with my heater. I was playing with it. It's got a remote. It's all fancy. Okay. Sorry. It's new. Typically why we celebrate it, I guess, because, it's just one of those things. We do it every year. It's tradition, like Shook said. And in combination of that, I appreciate some of the history of it. Not necessarily all the commercial history, but some of the history of, that there have been celebrations like this even before Thanksgiving was around, celebrating the harvest, all that hard work that, farmers and everybody put in during the summer for that food. That's why we eat so much during that time. So I just enjoy that part of that celebrating, of being together, having that goodwill, and that being blessed to be able to do something like that. So I just really like that aspect of it. I think I answered the question.
Yes. Sage.
It's kind of like a little bit like Shook. You were kind of raised and grown up. Okay, this is Thanksgiving. It's time to celebrate. And then you're kind of stacked with those normal traditions. Like, this is what we do. We cook a turkey. But especially nowadays with the pandemic, I think it's more important to kind of, and as you have kids, to teach them, you need to have gratitude. You need to remember and be thankful for the small things that you have, not for the monetary things that you have. So, Tuma and I really kind of show the kids, this is a time to be grateful for the family and the small things like your health, for being able to have time off from school and spend it with family. Step away from, we are in front of our computers a lot. We are in front of our phones. So to take that time to step away from your electronic devices and be present in this present time, because you don't know how much time you have. Recently, we've had experienced a death of a family, and they've had a lot of questions. It wasn't just recently; it was a couple of years ago. We lost a nephew, and they've had a little bit more questions here and there. So we tell them, you never know when it could happen. Things can happen anytime. So this is even better of a time of year, not just Thanksgiving, but Christmas Day. Be present, be part of the family, be grateful that you have family, be grateful that you have this time, be grateful that you have anything that is given. Never expect something handed to you. One of the things that is just really good is to even tell them is, yes, we cook a lot of food, but don't expect to have it. There could be a time and day or a family that doesn't get this. So if you are able to give it to someone else or to donate something, try it. Be grateful. So that, I think that's another reason why we celebrate it, because it's a good time to teach them, not just celebrate something.
Those are all valid, and I always like to see people's thought process and why they do certain things. For me, as I mentioned before, there's several Thanksgivings that I didn't have with my wife. There were several Thanksgivings that I didn't have with my family. I was 8 years in the army, and I couldn't make every holiday. So the reason why I do it is for my kids, so they can have a sense of tradition, so they can have a sense of belonging, so they can have a sense and a feeling of experience for those holidays, because life is too short. At any given time, it can end, and what do we have to show for it, or who's going to pass on our legacy? You see what I'm saying? So in my sense, I come from it like, if even if it's not for me, it's to ensure that at least my kids got the experience, and it's up to them when they get older if they want to continue celebrating these holidays, or they decide not to. That's on them, but at least I gave them the foundation to say we've done it. And either you liked it or you hated it, but it's on you when you get older to either continue it or not to continue it. And then, so we're going to move on to the next one, because we're going to end it here in about 10 more minutes, ladies. We're going to make this podcast a nice little one, because I'm going to give everybody back their time. So the next big question that I have, because I know Shookie's answer, but I want to see this, ladies. We're going to start with Groovy, then we're going to go over to Shook, and then we're going to go to Sage Rage. Do y'all do Black Friday shopping?
You mean like in the store or
Anywhere.
online?
Online in the store. I don't have any limits. You tell me if you do it, and if so, if you're doing it this year, what are you looking for?
Well, that really depends on I haven't done it every year. It just kind of depends on the budget and what, if I'm specifically looking for something that's more expensive, that's harder to find except for at that time of year, then I may be in that and I may not. It just kind of depends on my budget and what I find that I want for either my husband, the kids, etc., or just something that we just needed and we were waiting for a good price so we could afford it. So it just kind of really depends. Like, I'll go a couple years sometimes without getting anything. It just, but I usually participate. Usually.
Same. I think up to almost every year, maybe 5 years ago, going back 5 years, I think I've participated in Black Friday, but nothing to the extreme. Okay, I don't line up right after my Thanksgiving meal and wait with the tent or anything 2 days before. I would always go the day of Thanksgiving, because they do it around 5 p.m. Central here. And then I would go around 1 or 2 a.m. when the crowd is gone, but most stores are still open. There's still people out, but it's not as bad. Like, I'm not crazy about getting any specific TV on deal for, I don't know, lining up or anything like that. I just go and check it out and see if there's any good deals. Cool, I'll pick something up, but if not, then see you later. Cyber Monday is around the corner, so I don't care. Other than that, that's how I feel. But this year I will not be partaking, not at all. With COVID, No way.
Yeah, we will not be partaking either. I never really wanted to, but on my husband's side, it's almost a tradition for them to go, and I got dragged along. So I would kind of pick up the kind of like the stocking fillers and the small things as I got dragged along on the Black Friday shopping. So I was never a willing participant, but yes, I participated.
I do participate in Black Friday, but it's always online. And more than often it'll be on AAFES. And if you don't know what that is the Army and Air Force Exchange. It's their store. And it'll be online since we do have a credit line with them. It will not be anything physical. It's never been anything physical because I can't stand lines to begin with. So I never attended the actual store, even if it was Black Friday. If I can get online and wait 3 days to get it to the house shipped, then I would have done that. Second thing, and Shuki already kind of hit point to it. Honestly, if anything, I would participate in Cyber Mondays because those actual deals, and especially on PC parts, PC components, and anything electronic, that's actually the day you want to wait for. So going around the horn again, we'll start with Sage Rage, Groovy, and then Shook. Do you partake in Cyber Monday? Because that's all online, including any big retail you can think of: Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, Target. All of them do it. So my favorite one is Newegg. But we'll go ahead and start. If do you partake, yes or no? And if so, what stores are your target for Cyber Monday?
Um, I'd say Tomb is more of a watchful eye on the Cyber Monday. I kind of look on the Amazon sites, to be honest. Apparently, I have an Amazon problem. I need an anonymous Amazon apparently person to be my help. Not sponsored. Really, really want sponsored, please.
Can't I can't help you there. I have a problem too.
Apparently, we all need some meetings fast. But yes, Cyber Monday, we look for the deals. He's much better at looking for those and knowing what to look for. If we do partake this year, we will probably do Cyber Monday, but we're hoping to have our Christmas shopping done or mostly done because with COVID, the kids have been getting pretty much what they need and want because we're all stuck in the house anyway. So
I don't know.
Yes. Yes.
she's already partaking already.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Cyber Monday, I guess we usually partake in some form. I've been married to a PC gamer, so he's like, "You heard of this Newegg thing, right?" I'm like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." When we first get married, and boom, we've been just kind of following that in Amazon. He's like, "Okay, Cyber Monday, we're waiting and gonna get this," and it's just so pretty much every year since we've been married, I think we've been getting a little something, a mouse, a keyboard, curved monitor, whatever it is, and it's usually stuff for him, and I get his hand-me-downs. But yeah, we do Kohl's too sometimes. I like their Kohl's clearance, and I'll get usually some toys or a few clearance clothes for the kids or something like that because they're usually a slightly better quality than some other places, which will not be mentioned. But but that's usually for like a jacket or something that the kids are going to wear consistently, and I'll get like a couple sizes bigger or something so it'll last until they outgrow it at least. And that's about it. Amazon, Kohl's, and Newegg probably are the biggest three that we look at.
Amazon and Newegg. I'm with you, Groovy. Amazon, Newegg, and Sage. Amazon.
So we all need meetings. Got it.
Yeah. Get Faye in there too. She needs it more than me.
But we all gonna need it. So
Yeah.
where do we go to these meetings? Apparently, because we all have issues. Amazon and Newegg are my jam.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start the meetings. It's fine. My name is Sage Rage. I have an Amazon problem. I have not been sober.
It's not a problem. I have a list. It's not a problem.
My name's Shook, and I like to party, but anyway. Yeah, so Amazon, Newegg, I think not last year, but the last 2 years, I've always bought something new for my computer. So I think one year I got my mechanical keyboard. I think one year for Cyber Monday, I got my mouse. And then the most recent was the new monitor I got. and those were all Cyber Mondays. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And for time constraints, we've been on here for a while, but I need to give some of you wonderful people your time back. So we're gonna go around the horn. We're gonna start off with Shook, Groovy, and then Sage Rage. I need you to tell the wonderful people where to find you, your Twitter, your Twitch, etc. Final comments about Thanksgiving, real quick, and then we'll end the podcast.
Cool. I guess I go first. Okay. So I want to say, guys, that Thanksgiving is a time to be grateful for everything that you have. But in reality, you should always be grateful for what you have every single time, every single day of your life. I mean, cherish the people who are around you, because you never know who is not going to be there the next day, because tomorrow's never guaranteed. So there are some things that our family's going through personally, and we may be losing a family member pretty soon. So always make sure that you say you love your family and you're always there, and spend time with them, because so many of the times we get caught up doing things from work, or we're busy, or we don't take enough time off for ourselves. And oftentimes, something happens, and you don't want to live in regret. So I want to say, give thanks to what for Thanksgiving, but also be grateful and live in gratefulness every day. I'm not sure if it's a word, but be grateful every day that you live for, and try to serve others too. And I think things will change in your life. But my final thoughts: you can find me on Discord. I am the CEO of Team Serious, so you can find me on Discord. Message me there. That's where you can find me.
Okay. Let's see. Find me on Discord. Closing thoughts. Thanksgiving is awesome. Tryptophan and turkey helps you sleep. Starch good. Family good. Just basics. Although it's not always easy to be thankful every day. Sometimes when you got kids, not always in every single moment, just because they're exhausting and frustrating and they drive you crazy. And then there's a moment in the day you just go like, oh, okay, I love you guys. We'll do it again tomorrow. The end. Same to the homies. I'm around Discord, Twitter. Discord more often than anything else right now, just because of the work and the kids, and then of course upcoming holidays. Peace.
Okay. Thanksgiving. Yes, I agree with Shuki. Please don't take for granted what you have each day. Be grateful. Tell everyone that you are grateful for them. Life is short, and COVID is seemingly making it shorter. And like I said, we take Thanksgiving as an opportunity to teach our kids that. And if you teach them early, it's better than not. And I agree with Groovy. There are days where your kids are just lovely people, and then there are days where you're just like, please step away from me. And I will be starting that Amazon Anonymous meeting very shortly, so I will send you all information on it. Just don't send me your names because we're anonymous. It's fine. And for Thanksgiving, the elves will be making appearances soon. So if you see me going much more crazy, please send me Amazon packages. Other than that, you can find me on Discord, Twitter, Facebook, with 2 Discords. I'm in Team Serious and the Serious Ladies, and I'm in United Vindication. I'm there most of the time, almost all the time. Yes, it's nuts. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and IG as Sage Rage. You could also find me on the Savory Sage Rage Facebook. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, and that's about it. Everyone, please enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday. Please be extra safe. COVID is no joke. If you are getting together, take the precautions. Please take those into consideration. It's not just COVID, it's the flu. You have the flu as well. Take that into precaution as well. Please just be safe. Have a good day.
Don't forget, you can catch missing videos from Savory Sage up there. It's also on YouTube, as well as other podcasts on YouTube from the Serious channel. Thank you.
Yes, and remember, we have Team Serious Rainbow Six tournaments as well.
Thank you so much. Anything and everything ever said on the podcast will be found at teamseriesdfw.com/podcast. So you don't be like, what was that URL? I got you. Don't even worry about that. It will be located in the show notes. With that being said, going back to what Sage Ray just said, we're going to get some salt in our lives with Rainbow Six Siege coming up this weekend. teamseriesdfw.com/tournaments. We'll get you anything and everything information-wise with our current active tournaments, how to sign up, how to pay your fees, how to join the prize pool, and everything else. Also, remember that this podcast, the Serious Ladies podcast, will be taking a break, a 2-week break, and then we'll be back on Wednesday, December 4th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, as well as the Serious Gentlemen that will be taking a 2-week break. They will be back on Sunday, December 6th at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, when they also run regular channels. And you might catch me there, you might catch Shook there, depending who's Tombstone is the lead on that one. You can go check him out and everything they do over at United Vindication. Major shout out, major love as always to that community. Go check them out. I think it's twitch.tv/United Vindication. They run a podcast as well. Go check them out. Everything has been sponsored by Serious Property Solution. If you need to get in contact with them, !SRS in the chat will get you into Serious Property Solutions so they can help you out during tough times with trying to get out of your mortgage, trying to get out of a situation. They won't ask too many questions. They'll jump in and help how they can. I'm going to hand it over to Shook for the Finding Business comments he needs to add for Serious Business. I am the CTO, CIO of Team Serious. All technology goes through me, but our awesome CEO is here to tell us a little bit more about our upcoming projects.
Hey guys, just wanted to make a formal announcement that Team Serious is going to be doing some re-strategizing, reorganization, and restructuring in the next in 2021. So we're going to be reviewing everything that we've done for this year. We're going to be doing some talks behind for the business side of the business itself. So we'll be talking about some other things that we'll announce shortly to you guys as well. So just keep looking out, guys. We will make a formal announcement closer to maybe the beginning of the year, but we will be doing some major changes in the organization. And if you guys have any questions at all, if you want to get involved with our community, just let us know, and we'll be more than happy to help. Just can't disclose much of the information just yet because there are some things in the works at the moment. And as soon as we find out and we get the good news, we will be announcing it to everyone. So keep on the lookout. Again, we'll be doing some reorg, restructure, re-strategizing in the in the upcoming year. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. As appreciated, everybody from this panel is from Team Serious. The only dividing factor is the Serious Ladies, wonderful Serious Ladies. We got nothing but wonderful compliments in our comments and side DMs. And the Serious Gentlemen on the right-hand side. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful rest of the work week. And as always, stay serious. We'll catch you next time.
The closer you got to me, the faster I try to leave. Like a mirage, like a mirage. The skies that you know that keep on my arms, I am there empty. Like a mirage, like a mirage.
Hello, Serious Crew. This is Not So Busy, your podcast producer and Serious Gentleman podcaster. Team Serious would like to announce Serious Property Solutions, a proud sponsor of Team Serious. Serious Property Solutions, or SPS, will buy any house, any condition, any situation. So if you're looking into getting out of your mortgage or simply selling your house quick and you are near or around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, give them a call at area code 469-609-7368 or you can reach out to them via their Facebook page at facebook.com/Serious Property Solutions and send them a message via FB Messenger or email them at oscar@seriouspropertysolutions.com. We would like to thank SPS for their support and supporting this podcast. Thank you so much. Go check them out.